Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru. Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show for today. All right, we got James Clark with us, Sean Murphy, Chris Ruffolo will serve as co-host, Ninos, Mitch, it's Wednesdays with Mitch, Ron Romanelli, and Big Al McMordie. And here's how they're going to line up here for this evening. All right, we've got Ninos, Clark, McMordie, Murphy, Romanelli, Ruffolo, Mitch, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, how's the start of your week going so far?
Tony, I got to listen to you when you say don't take Air Force in the second in the rematch against certain teams. Man, I thought we had that one last night, but didn't pan out. But I was actually, tell you the truth, I was caught off guard. I thought that Florida-Missouri game was later today, but just afternoon basketball, I'll take it. How about you?
Yeah, because I had an eye on a premium, and that was another one I was looking at. And, it was an early start. I don't know why, but it was moved. I had one source showed 3 Eastern, another source showed later in the evening. So it tipped off, and it was a cover for the Missouri Tigers if you had that one. Florida, again, a difficult team to back when with their issues shooting.
That, and when you're missing your best player in Colin Castleton. I didn't see if he was back in the lineup today, but he was, and that was probably a big reason as to why they not only didn't cover, but probably lost that game outright.
All right, let's get the show started. We're going over to Skype World and welcome Al Ninos to show you. Find him over at Pig Dogs Stream. Al, what's going on?
Doing good here. How are you?
Doing great. All right, let's take a look at your game for tonight. We're going out to the West Coast, 10:30 Eastern Time. The late game has the Lakers to host the Trailblazers. LA laying 4. Total sits at 223.
Yeah, we're looking at two of the more disappointing teams here. Lakers haven't looked good at all without LeBron. They've been without Davis in the lineup. And even with both of them healthy, they've been quite disappointing this season, sitting at 24 and 27. On the other side, you got the Blazers. Obviously, no Damian Lillard on that side. They're just 21 and 30 on the season. But as bad as that Lakers record is, they're still over 500 at home at 15 and 12. The Blazers just 7 and 17 on the road, and not much better against the spread as road dogs, just 5 and 10 getting points on the road, and I don't think they're getting quite enough points here. So as bad as the Lakers have been, I think they come out here and get the job done at home and cover the small spread for us.
All right, now it's going to go here and take the Lakers lane 4 here against Portland. And just to keep everyone up to date here on the injury news, of course, James was doubtful, likely not going to play. We know Davis is in. Monk will be playing, looks that way. On the other side, looking at the Portland side, look like Nurkic and Simons here will play through whatever ailments they have. They're probable. But again, no Lillard, no Nance, I should say, no Zeller here on the Portland side.
Yeah, a couple big injuries. Nance obviously would want to go against his old team, but again, the big injury here is Lillard, and they're just not the same team without him. He is basically this team. CJ McCollum's still a great player, but just I don't know. He's just used to being option B, I guess, to Lillard's A. So it's a different when you don't have your best player on the court. Obviously, yes, we said the Lakers won't have LeBron James there, but I think that Davis is probably a better leader than McCollum is, and I think maybe has more of an impact on this game as well.
Yeah, you got to be disappointed here with their effort against OKC and the Trailblazers here in their run here over their past 5, get up 117 points per 100 possessions. L's on the Lakers laying 4 against Portland. This one will have a start time 10:30 Eastern Time. NBA League Pass channel. All right, now let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. We're doing fantastic work in the NHL. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I got a 3-pack with my best bet in each sport, and an extra play in the NBA and NHL for everyone on long-term passes. So make sure you get one of those. It's always your better deals. And better yet, pair me up with your other favorite capper for an even better deal.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Al Ninos over at Pig Dogs Premium, doing great work here in the NHL. You see the numbers here. He's got action right now on Wednesday's NHL card, as well as some college hoops NBA. But if you prefer, long-term pass is the way to go. We've been talking about that 30-day all sports pass. Get 1 month of plays from Al Ninos here. You'll get all his NBA, his college hoops. That'll take you right near the eve of the conference tournaments, as well as his NHL, where he's been on fire. And of course, don't forget the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl plays, that'll be in about a couple of weeks. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again tomorrow. But I know you also contribute to that NHL Puckin' Crazy Show with Joe.
That's right. I'm glad you mentioned it. For everyone thinking this is just a homer pick, I happened to go against one of my teams earlier on that, so go check that out. We always have a good time there and try to give you some good picks. So check out Puckin' Crazy on at 3:30 on weekdays.
3:30 on Weekday with Al. You'll get a pick. Usually teams involved from the state of California and the state of Florida. It seems that way, Al.
Well, that's probably just a coincidence. I go where I think the best picks are.
All right, very good. So tune in to Al tomorrow on the Puckin' Crazy Show, 3:30 Eastern Time with Joe Man. All right, Al, have a great night, and we'll talk again tomorrow.
Have a good one.
All right, joined here back by Chris Ruffolo. We'll continue on with our coverage. It's time to welcome our buddy James Clark to the drive-thru. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. They put up some really good numbers. He checked up the leaderboards. So let's go ahead and get him in right now. James Clark, he's ready to go. James, how you doing?
Pretty good, guys. How are y'all tonight?
Fantastic. All right, we're going to the NBA here as the 76ers will be hosting the Wizards, and we're seeing here the 76ers laying 10.5, total to 10.5.
Yeah, guys, you look at these two teams, and, start of the season, the Wizards, they come out and was on fire, but you know how we preach all the time about health, and I swear, with the few injuries that they've had, 3-7 their last 10 games. But, you look at the Sixers here, coming off an impressive win against Memphis. Memphis has been red hot. Sixers have been playing good ball. Embiid, MVP type player this year, playing way above his than what he has been, actually playing to what they expected him to be the last few years. So I really like the Sixers tonight. I know it's a big number, minus 10.5, but Sixers, Embiid's a lot bigger than everybody on Washington. The way the Sixers have been playing, I think it should have been 12 or 14. It's 10.5, and I think we can cash it tonight with the Sixers, guys.
All right, we got James here. Will be on the Sixers here, laying the 10.5 against the Wizards. So looking here at the injury report, we're seeing that Beal out again here for Washington. Bryant, the contributor, is out on the Washington side. Curry out here, and Milton continues to be out here for the Sixers. But Chris, this has been Washington. It's just been really running bad right now.
Yeah, and you see the effects of no Bradley Beal. But, I speak highly of the Sixers because I was on the Grizzlies in that game a couple nights ago, and Sixers, it was next man up. They stepped up and, won without their best player. And I think getting Joel Embiid back in the lineup is going to be a massive uplift for this Sixers team against a banged-up Wizards team. So, yeah, I like the Sixers here as well, big.
He likes the Sixers here, laying 10.5. James, I don't know if you saw this, but in back-to-backs, the Wizards have gone over every time, all six.
Yeah, I've seen it. I like the under tonight myself. I really do. I think I don't think this game come out first. It was 2:23 is when it first came out. Now it's all the way down to 2:11, which I know a lot of it's got to do with the injuries. But I still like the under tonight. I know a lot of people think it's going to go over, but I just see one team doing a lot of the scoring.
All right, James here on Philadelphia, laying 10.5 against the Wizards. This one will have a start time of 7 Eastern Time over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Pim, where James Clark is doing fantastic numbers here in the NBA. 733 units of profit NBA, doing great work. James, we're looking here at the numbers here, showing profit this year. The past 30 days, the past 7 days, coming off a monster day yesterday. We know you were number 2 on the site in your first year in the NBA. You're off to doing great work again in the NBA tonight. What do you have going on over at the site?
Well, guys, we swept the board last night in the NBA, went 3-0. I got another 3-pack for you again tonight to go 3-0, guys. 3 games that I really like. Also, in college basketball, we went 2-1 last night. I got 3 more days. We're going to sweep the board in college basketball. So, grab either a pack you want or sign up to a 3-day term that you and you'll get all 6 plays tonight, and we'll go 6-0. Whichever one you want, guys, it's there. Sport Chat Place and pickdogs.com. So try it out, and then after we win tonight, upgrade 3, 7, or 30 day. Or like I say every time I'm on the show, and I always say it, guys, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any of them, and we'll put some money in your pockets, fellas.
That's right. Put money in your pockets with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see numbers 733 units of profit in the NBA. That is all documented for James Clark, showing profit here for 2022. Coming off a champion college football season over at Pick Dogs. Again, this year showing profit. Last 30 days, past 7 days, he is on fire right now. That's James Clark. Get on board with one of his long-term passes. He does have plays tonight. If you're looking for his 3-pack from the NBA, his college hoops, that's up there right now. But again, we want to talk here the third day all sports pass. Get all of James' picks here for a month. The best time to do it because we got these sports overlapping with college hoops, NBA. Of course, the NFL Super Bowl is coming up in a couple of weeks, so good time to get on board here with James Clark with his long-term pass over at Pick Dogs. 30-day all sports pass. Get on board with it. Get add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, James, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Sounds good, guys. I appreciate you having me on the show, Tony. Good luck to everybody with cashing tickets. And I'll throw out a prop that I really like, guys. This prop's been cashing a lot, guys. I like Jarrett Jack. It's rebounds and blocks and steals to go over 3.5 tonight. It's plus money. He's been on fire with this, guys. This has hit 5 of the last 6 times, and I look forward to it tonight.
All right, we're looking forward to that. All right, James, thanks for that prop, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, James Clark here on the drive. They've been great to us here on the show. As far as you're seeing the numbers over at Pick Dogs, let's continue on here with the show. Joined by Chris. Hey, just a reminder, you guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started with that morning show every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. During the week, it's Mitch with his 7 picks in 5 minutes, and then he'll run a live show with his sports betting advice for the day. And of course, 11 a.m. Eastern time, Joe Bannon takes the host chair, flanked by Rod Zawacki and Brian Bittler. We got the hockey show, the fucking crazy show. Of course, Joe and Mitch together in the afternoons as well with the show. And then we're here 6 p.m. Eastern time every day with the drive-thru. So make sure you guys tune into that. All right. And of course, as we always ask for your help to help us build our audience with those likes, those thumbs up, Chris, they really help us out.
Absolutely, Tony, they do, because at the end of the day, you guys that watch all the stuff that we put out here on Pick Dogs are the ones that we do this for. So thank you guys for all the love and support. We've gotten this far because of you guys. We're only going to get bigger and better and show you guys how much we appreciate the support. We'll do another like goal today. 150 likes will get you 2 college basketball plays that I like for tonight's action. You can parlay them up or play them individually, but either way, I think we're going to make some money with them tonight.
All right, let's get those likes coming in. 150, we'll get them for you. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Big Al McMordie now on set, ready to go. Al, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you guys doing on this Wednesday?
Feeling great. We're going to the NBA tonight, 8:30 Eastern time. Mavericks to host the Thunder. Mavs laying 12, total 206.
Yeah, Dallas was upset in its last game by the Orlando Magic. And, this is going back over 10 years now. I've been riding this team trend for a long time. When you get Dallas off a straight-up loss and its opponent, Oklahoma City, pulled off an upset win against Portland its last game. When you get Dallas off a straight-up loss and its opponent off a straight-up win, the Mavericks are now 131-79 against the spread, and this goes back, I think, 10-plus years. It's just wins and wins and wins and wins. So I'm going to take a look at Dallas here. Another thing I like about this is when you take a look at just this current season, when you have a team off an upset win playing a team off an upset loss, the team off an upset loss is 35-19 against the spread. I think Dallas is in a really good situation here to, blow out Oklahoma City. And Dallas is also now 9-0 ATS its last 9 off an upset road loss. So it sets up pretty well for the Mavericks as a double-digit favorite tonight. And another thing I would look at, if you want to take a look at the total, I kind of like this over the total. It opened at 208. It's come down to 206. The Mavericks went through this extremely long stretch where they were playing a lot of games under the total. They played 22 out of 27 under. Since that extremely long stretch of unders, they've now played their last 4 games over the total, and I kind of look for that current trend to continue. I think there's value here in the over 206 as well. So I would take a look at the Mavericks minus the 12 and the over the 206.
All right, Big Al here, Dallas laying 12 against OKC. All right, Chris, we got a team in OKC that struggles to score. I mean, they're living kind of in the 100 points per 100 possessions category right now, and they're over their past 8. And of course, Dallas is scoring. And when we look at the Mavericks over in their past few games here, let's see, we're looking over their past 4 games. They're averaging 118 points per 100 possessions. You got a team that can score against one that can't, and of course, the Thunder out Alexander will be out of this game.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the big difference here. I mean, we've seen the Thunder. They were struggling with Gilgeous-Alexander in the lineup, and now without him, I'm shuddering to think what's going to happen here. But I like the Mavericks here too. I think the Mavericks have looked really good since Doncic was really becoming healthy and really integrating back into the lineup. And I like Dallas a lot tonight.
All right, Big Al here on the Mavericks lane 12 against OKC. This one will have a start time 8:30 Eastern time. NBA League Pass channel. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Prim. Al finishing off a really good NFL season, showing profit in this season. Al, what do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Prim? We've got a good card here from the NBA as well as college hoops.
I've got 2 plays in college. We're going to pass today in hockey and also pass in the NBA, but I've got 2 nice plays in college, one out of the Patriot League, another out of the SEC Conference, and then I've also already posted 2 plays for the Super Bowl. I've got my NFL playoff total of the year. Last season in the Super Bowl, we cashed our NFL playoff game of the year on Tampa Bay against Kansas City. This year for the Super Bowl, a huge play on the over-under. I also have a play on the side as well, and those are both up at pickdogs.com right now. So get on board, and also you can join for a week or for 30 days or team me up with one of the other champion handicappers here at Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs. You see he's got plays up there tonight here from college hoops. He's got his Super Bowl side and total up as well. But as we talked about before, that 1 month all sports pass is your best value right now as we're getting really close to the eve of March here. We're into February. The 30-day all sports pass will take you right into March the 2nd, and that'll get you all of Al's plays from college hoops, NBA, NHL, and of course the Super Bowl plays as well. With that 1 month all sports pass, you can add a second capper with a 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Be here tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
You got it. Big Al McMordie here on the drive. So let's continue on with our coverage here, joined by Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our light goal?
I'm telling you, we're making some progress. I'm trying to pull it up. My computer's being a little bit slow today, but it's taken after its own test. But give me a minute, I'll have an update for you.
All right. I think we're close in this. For my numbers, show about 63, so we're getting close. So what do they get? We get to that 150?
When we get to that 50, we got 2 college basketball plays for tonight's action. Got plays I think that, like I said, you could either parlay them up or play them individually. Either way, I think we're going to be making some money with them tonight. But again, 150 likes has to get us there.
Let's get us 150. Let's continue on with the drive. Let's welcome Sean Murphy to the show. Sean, what's going on?
Hey guys, how's it going tonight?
Going great. All right, we're going to Missouri Valley Conference in college hoops as Indiana State here will host Drake. Drake, a road favorite of 4.5, total 144.5.
Yeah, so I'm going to look at taking the points here with Indiana State. I got it at +5 this morning. I think now the best number you can get is probably 4.5. A lot of 4s out there as well. With the Sycamores, the wheels have kind of come off. They're 1-3-1 against the spread over the last 5. They've lost 5 of their last 6 straight up. So, at first glance, not a great team to back here. But we look at Drake, and they're coming off that big win on Sunday over Loyola Chicago, which they won that game by 9 points at home. So now they have to turn around and hit the road to play kind of one of the lower tier teams in the Missouri Valley Conference. But the thing about the Missouri Valley is any team can kind of beat any other team on any given night. I mean, there's a lot of the lower teams there's not as big of a gap as we see in some of the other conferences. So I look at Drake as kind of an overvalued team this year. I mean, they've struggled all season on the road to cover spreads. They're 1-7 against the spread on the road in lined games. In addition, they're 4-1 straight up on the road against conference opponents, but of those 4 wins, 3 of them have come by a single point. So all the games seem to kind of go down to the wire here. We get Indiana State in a big bounce back spot here. Last game they were horrible, 34% shooting, 15-point loss on the road against a quality Bradley team. So I always look to kind of back these teams in a bounce back spot, and I think it's one where we really see Indiana State kind of rise to the occasion to play one of the top teams in the conference. So I'll grab all the points I can get here and fade Drake, which is 3-11 against the spread, as a favorite this season. I think they're just laying too many points here.
All right, Sean's going to go ahead and take the dog here with Indiana State plus 4.5 against Drake. All right, Chris, when you look at current form with this Drake team, it's an experienced team, but as Sean was saying, they're not playing. They're not hitting spreads. And one of the problems I'm seeing is their defensive play. Look at over their past 5 games, giving up 48% shooting.
Tony, remember like 2 years ago when Drake couldn't miss a spread? I mean, they went like 15-1 to start the year against the spread or something. Removed from that Drake team, it's not even funny. And I think Sean's bang on here. Drake's just not covering numbers, and really that's all we care about at this point. But I went so far as to take Indiana State on the money line. For those people who like to follow the the Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs betting tools. Indiana State 9-0 in their last 9 Wednesday games played at home. So I'll take the points. I'll put a little bit on the money line as well.
All right, we got Sean Murphy here on Indiana State plus 4.5 against Drake. This one will have a start time of 7 Eastern time, ESPN Plus. All right, Sean, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Stream tonight. Well, we got an NBA board with 9 games on it, a lot of college hoops and NHL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, so college hoops has kind of turned around, back-to-back 2-0 nights in college. It's 7-1 last 8. So tonight I've got 2 more plays going in college hoops. I've got my America East Conference Game of the Year tips off in about a half hour from now, in addition to a total. So we'll look to go 2-0 again for the 3rd straight night in college basketball. I've also got a 10-star NBA play on the go and 1 more hockey play here before we go into the All-Star break, which will take us through the weekend before NHL resumes next Monday. So, yeah, busy Wednesday night, and of course, like you guys have mentioned, Super Bowl coming up next week. So I'll get a couple of plays out for that in the coming days as well.
All right, that's right, guys. I get on board here with Sean Murphy over at Pick Dogs Premium, coming off a great day as he talked about. You can find his plays. He's got a 3-pack up there tonight from NBA college basketball combined, as well as some individual plays as well. But as we talked about the long-term pass, Sean offers a 3-7 30-day all sports pass. You get every play that Sean releases over at Pick Dogs Premium for that time period you select. When you go to the profile page and you make that purchase, you can add a second capper with a 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Sean, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again next week. But I also know you do contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, so this weekend I'll be back on the weekend show. We'll be talking, I'm sure, a lot more college basketball and NBA.
Very good, very good. All right, Sean, have yourself a great night. We'll talk again next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
You got it. Sean Murphy here on the drive. We'll continue on here with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
So we've been making a lot of progress since you last mentioned it. We got 80 likes already, 185 people watching. So we're already at that point where if everybody that was watching just clicked the like button, you guys are already past the like goal. We would have hit that 150 likes to get you those 2 college basketball plays for tonight's action. So don't wait. Get those likes in. We'll get you the action for tonight.
Let's keep them coming in. Let's continue on here with the drive-through. Someone who's been red hot in college hoops this year. It's our buddy Ron Romanelli. Ron, what are you doing?
Hey, Tony and Chris. How you guys doing tonight?
Feeling great. Feeling great. Here we go. 9 Eastern time. ACC battle as Clemson will host Florida State. Clemson now down to a 2.5-point favorite, total 137.5.
Yep, that line went down. I think it opened around 3, went to 3.5. It's bounced down now, but I like it even more at 2.5 with Clemson here. You know, Clemson, I think, is the perfect team to exploit Florida State's biggest weakness, and that weakness is defending the perimeter. You look at the Seminoles, they're ranked 328th in the nation in three-point defense, as teams are shooting 37.5% from 3 against the Seminoles this season. And we saw that weakness exploited big time in FSU's last game against Virginia Tech, in which the Hokies hit 18 threes in that game. I think they were 18 of 25 from long range. Now, I don't know if Clemson's going to have that good of a night from the perimeter, and they may not be as efficient from 3 on the year as Virginia Tech is, but they're pretty darn close. You look, Virginia Tech's number 2 in the nation in three-point shooting. Clemson number 12 in the country in three-point shooting, making 38.7% of their threes this year. It's been their bread and butter. And I think also you look at Clemson, they do play their best basketball at home like most teams do. The Tigers are 7-2 overall this year at home. And Florida State just hasn't been a great road team this year. I remember going to the Gator game against Florida State at the Gators Stadium earlier in the year, and Florida State just didn't have really any pizzazz in that road game. We've seen them struggle on the road, losses to Purdue, a semi-road loss to South Carolina, Wake Forest, and Georgia Tech. That was a surprise 75-61 final in that one only a few days ago. So I don't like Florida State on the road. They are coming off back-to-back losses, and I think Clemson is just the perfect team to take advantage of their biggest weakness. So I'm going to lay the points with the Tigers here.
All right, we've got Ron Romanelli here going to go ahead and take the Tigers in this one. Clemson laying 2.5 here against Florida State. All right, Chris. So again, I'm looking at these defensive numbers here from Florida State. Again, over their past 5 games, give up almost 48% shooting.
Yeah, it's not been good for Florida State lately. That's why I do like Clemson here as well. But I think my stronger play here is the under. I kept going back and forth on this game, and I kept getting somewhere in the area of 64, 61, something like that, where it's the game that hangs around in the mid-60s. But I do think Clemson ends up on top in this one.
All right, Goodman here. Clemson laying 2.5 against Florida State. This one has a start time. It is 7 Eastern time. 7 Eastern time. This one is over on ACC Network. All right, Ron, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. We're doing fantastic work here in college hoops. 979 units of profit. That is all documented. Visit Ron's profile page over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can see, if you scroll down to the bottom where it says Pick History, all his plays are listed there. They're documented. They're graded immediately, so everything's on the up and up, fully transparent. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, tonight I've got 2 plays, both of them individual. You can get my NHL play of the night. It's a money line play. Doing pretty well in the NHL. Have a win this season so far. And also my college basketball late night value play. Keep things rolling in college hoops. Had a bit of a rough week last week, but really picked it up as of late. And looking to catch another ticket tonight. But you can look at the long-term passes as well. Get the most of my picks for the best price possible. Those are always the best deals. 2-for-1 capper deal to get 2 people for 1 price. And just check me out. Looking to keep things rolling and keep cashing tickets.
Yeah, keep rolling here with Ron Romanelli over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers, 979 units of profit. He's got a lot of action on the board tonight from college hoops as well as the NHL. A 3-pack there on a winning wager Wednesday for you. And, of course, a late-night college hoops package are some of the plays he has available for tonight. But, again, as we talked about, the long-term pass right now, that 1-month all-sports pass, a fantastic value. All of Ron's plays for the entire month. All this college hoops action takes you right to the eve of the conference tournaments. We're right in that February month, a very crucial month here in college basketball to position yourself for those conference tournaments. Try to get yourself guarantee yourself an at-large bid. A very important time right now in college basketball. NBA is NHL, and of course, the Super Bowl picks, which will be available here as the game kicks off in about less than 2 weeks now. 1-month all sports pass. You can add a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Ron, is always great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again next week. But I know you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yep, I'll be on the weekend. I can't wait to talk some college hoops with the gang, Joe and Mitch, and a great line of cappers on those shows.
All right, well, tune in, guys. 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Saturday and Sunday. You'll catch Ron on those shows. Ron, have a great night. We'll talk next week.
All righty, guys. Good luck.
Is you too. Ron Romanelli here on the drive to. Let's continue on with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with the likes? We're getting close.
We're getting there, Tony. We got 99 likes. We got 234 people watching right now. Those are more than enough people that if everybody clicked the like button, we would smash our like goal for tonight. So, guys, get those likes in. Sooner you get them in, sooner we can guarantee that we get you those 2 plays for tonight's college hoops action. Don't wait. Get them in now.
Get them in right now. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Is it his turn? It is. Chris, you're front and center. Here we go, 7 Eastern as the Pacers host the Magic. The Pacers are laying 3.5, total 225.5.
Yeah, Tony, and I'm trying to think, what's that old saying? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Well, that's probably what I'm going to be doing here with the Orlando Magic. Call me cuckoo, but I'm going to take the Magic again here. We took the Magic yesterday, and they just could not get the job done against the Chicago Bulls. But let's keep in mind, this is still a Magic team that's 16-13 against the spread this season. And this game's opened at Indiana -5 before falling down a little bit. Mainly because I think odds makers were giving too much respect to an Indiana team that really doesn't deserve it. I mean, the Pacers have just 2 wins in their last 6 games. Those games came against the Thunder, who have been struggling to score, like we mentioned, all season long, and the Clippers, who have been ravaged by injuries. And now you look, this is just a banged-up Pacers team that's now likely missing Domantas Sabonis, I believe, with COVID. Miles Turner obviously out, Batadze out. This is just, like I said, a banged-up team that's hopefully going to be getting guys soon. It's not tonight. And the Magic, they've been doing pretty well in the front court. They almost got their 4th win in their last 5 games against the spread. They had it tied close against tied with the Bulls late in the game last night, but they just couldn't seal the deal. I look for the Magic to potentially seal the deal tonight. I'm going to take the points with the Magic. I might even put a little bit on the money line, as I think the Magic get a rare road win here.
He's looking for some magic here from the Orlando Magic, plus 3.5 here against the Pacers. And, of course, the Pacers team, I mean, it's been since day one of the NBA. They had the largest injury report to start the season, and it really hasn't changed. It's been a disappointment. Even the ownership was so fed up. There was even talk that they were going to pretty much blow up the team during the trading deadline. They could still be up in the air with this team. Again, I think Indiana and Sacramento are 2 teams we may see a lot of changes on come the trading deadline.
Yeah, and I'm not speaking to anything else except maybe just hearing this from my own home market. I'm hearing the Raptors are in the market for Miles Turner. It might be a little bit of a bigger deal that has to be made, but if he can stay healthy, that'd be a big pickup for the Raptors. But like you said, Tony, I might do some research and maybe have this in case we do another Pacers game very soon down the road. I'm wondering if the Pacers are the team with the most man games lost up to this point in the season, because it's just that it has to be that way, because this we've never seen the Pacers and what was anticipated to be their starting lineup coming into the season. I don't think we've seen them together once.
No, I mean, it was been multiple cluster injuries since day one, and I'll also include there the Orlando Magic, because they had a lot of their rotational guys out, and they haven't even, I think there's at least 5 guys that have been on the injury report since day one that were in their rotation.
Yeah, I mean, the most notably coming to mind, guys like Markelle Fultz. I think Michael Carter-Williams was on there at one point. I think he's still with them. I can't even remember. They've been going through so many guys. But I know RJ Hampton's on the list now. We've seen Mo Bamba in and out of the injury report. It's been rough for both of these teams, but I think the Magic are. I'm going to take the Dennis Green quote here. They are what we thought they were, and I think that the Magic, they're going to get better, and they're just the team with more cohesion right now. The Pacers, like you and I just said, they haven't been able to get their consistent lineup going, and I think that's the difference here.
Yeah, it's a difference there. My numbers show Magic 1-9 straight up in back-to-backs. We got someone in the chat room noted put in 1-9 ATS. We'd have to verify that. But anyway, still, it's a kind of an ask there. As we've seen Chris, Orlando's lack of success winning games here in back-to-backs. Of course, this is a really close line in this one.
It is. I think it's close because, like I said, I just don't think the Pacers deserve this to be given this much credit. I think if you line this game at maybe 1.5 or 2, you could maybe say, okay, well, maybe this line feels right. Maybe the Pacers win by a bucket. But when it started at 5 and now you can see it drop into 3.5, I think people are going to see the same thing. The Pacers aren't worthy of this much credit. Maybe it's an anti-Magic play for a lot of people, but the line still dropped 1.5 from the open. And like I said, I'm just on the Magic here. Again, what I said that quote, Insanity's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And maybe I'm crazy for thinking that the Magic could pull one out tonight, but that's kind of where I'm leading this one.
Well, the numbers I'm showing here, Magic 1-9 straight up, 4-6 to the spread. But something concerning here, is they score 98 points a game in back-to-backs, but only give up 106 a game, going under in 7 of those 10.
And I'm trying to see if I can pull up numbers for the Pacers in their last 10 games, but it's one of those things. I believe the Pacers are they 1-9 in their last 10. I could be wrong. I don't remember if that's the exact number here. Sorry, 4-6 in their last 10. So just goes to show you how good my sample size is here. But look at the last 5 games for the Pacers. Putting up 115 points per game, but allowing 126. But a lot of that has to do with that 158 point performance against Charlotte. So to me, like I said, it's just the Magic have a little bit more cohesion right now, and
the defensively
fading a team that doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, and then 5 games, Indiana 30th in last in defensive efficiency. They give up 123 points per 100 possessions, a net rating of -11. All right, here we go. Orlando plus 3.5 against Indiana. This one will have a start time of 7 Eastern time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge. Really showing good numbers here the past 7 days. 400 units of profit coming in a really good NFL season as well. What do you have going on over at the site?
We're trying to pick it up over the last few days in college hoops, and that's not going to change tonight. We got my Whale Bet Wednesday 3-pack for college hoops, 3 plays on the board, my biggest and best max unit bets of the week. As I'm also having an NBA package there up as well. But if you guys want something long term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, all the way up to a year, we just want to start at a 3-day. That's going to get you to tomorrow's actually a big Thursday card, Friday, and Saturday's card, which is a loaded college basketball card on Saturday. And that's just, I think, another $10 more than buying each of the 3 packs individually tonight. And if you're a long-term member, you're also going to get my NHL whale bet tonight as well. So it's little things like that sometimes spice up the pot if you have a long-term package. It's just one of those added benefits. 7-day will get you all the way up until next week. The month will get you the Super Bowl, and the year, well, it'll get you into March Madness. And I personally guarantee that once you hit March Madness, you get a year pass. That pass will be paid off by the Sweet 16, maybe even the Elite 8, but you will make your money back and then some in March Madness. Whether it's just me or someone else as part of the 2-for-1 capper deal, pair me up with Tony, Mitch, Ron, James, either Al, Ninos, Big Al, Sean Murphy, anyone you see, Rod, any of us that you see on the website, pair us up. We're going to make you some money. Go over to the website and check it out.
Yeah, check it out, guys. Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's got plays up tonight. His Whale Bet Wednesday 3-pack from College Soup, or if you prefer those long-term passes, your best value there, 3, 7, and 30 all sports pass. That 2-for-1 cap promotion is your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's continue on here with the show. Chris, we're getting close to the like goal.
We are. It's 142 likes, 263 people watching. All we need is 8 more likes to get those college hoops plays for tonight. You'll get 2 of them. Like I said, you can parlay them up or play them individually, but either way, I think we're making some money tonight.
Very good, very good. Let's continue on with the show. It's Wednesday. It's time for Mitch. Mitch, how's it going?
It's going. I'm just trying to recover. Kind of still trying to hide my disappointment. I was really hoping Washington was going to go with Eskimos. They went with Commanders. I was really hoping for. I thought Eskimos was the name. I don't understand why they didn't go with Eskimos, but so be it. Commanders. It was exactly what was leaked. The logo was exactly what that leak that came out a couple weeks ago. I mean, exactly, right? It was the exact thing that they unveiled. Was Commanders, and no one more disappointed than me, who was not so quietly cheering for Eskimos.
That's right. All right, Mitch, we'll take a look here. We're going back to the WAC again. We got Rio Grande Valley here hosting Lamar. Lamar, one of those teams that moved over to that WAC conference. Grand Valley here laying 6, total 146.
Yeah, I love the WAC. I think this is really one of the more exciting conferences to watch this season. We nailed it last week in the WAC, so why not just keep sticking to the WAC? Those of you that haven't been paying attention, I know when the NCAA tournament rolls around, these are the teams that have busted up your brackets year after year after year. But they were not part of the WAC then. They've all gravitated towards the WAC. So like if Stephen F. Austin or Avalon Christian ever busted up your bracket, well, you know where to find them now. They're all in the WAC. Of course, Avalon knocking off Texas last year in the NCAA tournament, sending Shaka Smart off to Marquette. Yeah, but if we ship you off to somewhere where it's like 50 below zero on a daily basis, that'll show you. But anyways, go to this one. We got Lamar taking on Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Not 2 household names here by any stretch of the imagination, and not 2 good teams either. I mean, these teams are absolutely hideous. Lamar's got 2 wins on the season. Texas, Rio Grande Valley, 6 wins on the season. Yet they're laying 6 points in this one. You got a 6-win team, a team that is 3-6 straight up at home. Of course, Lamar hasn't won on the road, but that doesn't mean they don't cover spreads on the road. Lamar 7-11-1 against the number this season, while Texas, Rio Grande Valley 10-9. And when you start looking at these numbers and you dig a little deeper, the numbers don't add up, right? Because Lamar has played in 18 line games, but 22 games overall. That means 4 games that weren't lined. And Texas, Rio Grande Valley, 21 games overall, only 19 were lined. So you have to always pull those games out of your stats. But both these teams have been doing a heck of a lot of losing. And, when you look at Texas, Rio Grande Valley, they have lost 8 of their last 9 games, but they're asking you to lay a half dozen points with these guys. It's not even in my vocabulary. I understand that Lamar stinks. I get it. But when they've been getting double digits and big, when they've been getting big numbers, workable numbers, they've actually made it work against much better than what they face here. I think Lamar at least covers in this game.
All right, Mitch says take Lamar here with the 6 points. All right, Chris, one thing we'll say about Lamar, they're at least trending well here defensively over their past 5, giving up just 41%.
Yeah, and I think any excuse for me to use the word vaqueros here, but I'm gonna take Lamar as well, because I look at what UTRGV's done as of late. They can't stop giving up points. They gave up 79 to Tarleton, 87 to Abilene Christian, 85 to Dixie State, and even though Lamar's had offensive issues this season, I think those vaqueros keep us within the number with Lamar here. So I like the points as well.
Lamar 6 against UTRGV, and this one will have a start time at 8 Eastern Time, ESPN Plus. All right, Mitch. Hey, why don't you let us know what's happened over at Pick Dogs Premium? A lot of exciting betting tools now on Sports Chat Place as well as Pick Dogs.
Yeah, we've just been using those betting tools. I use them exclusively in my 7 free picks in just 5 minutes that I do every morning. But, 100% free. I think they're better than a lot of the paid tools that are out there. And we're just getting started on those. I'm telling you, we're about right here. And the deck, which Chris has seen, is about like this. So We got a long way to go, but I think we're heading in the right direction. I think everyone that's using them is pretty happy. I don't hear any complaints at all about the betting tools, just requests for some enhancements, which are all part of the build out anyway. Almost everything that people have asked for are part of the build. It just takes a while. It's Tony knows tech. While it appears on your screen in an instant, it can take a very long time to get it to work correctly. Super buggy is more like what it is. But I'm really excited about all those things. And of course today, National Signing Day. College football season is over on the field. NFL season's over except for one game, but college football signing day was today, and Texas A&M with a massive recruiting class, and it starts to bring into question the image licensing that players are getting paid for now. We saw last year where Bryce Young, before he ever was named the starting quarterback at Alabama, Nick Saban said he was already $1 million into earnings at that point as a college freshman or sophomore, and with Texas A&M, apparently, rumor has it, I don't have the smoking gun. I don't have any of these things, but supposedly Texas A&M had $30 million allocated in these NILs, and they have the number one recruiting class in the nation. So, at some point, is there a salary cap in college football, or is there like some kind of limit on these NILs? Is there some kind of maximum? Is there some kind of, I believe that there should be a transfer period and a transfer maximum, in the transfer portal. I believe in college basketball, it should be 2 players max. I think in college football, it should be 5 players max that you can acquire per team. And if a player decides to go into the transfer portal and he doesn't get picked up, I believe he should have to sit for a year. I think teams should be limited to the number of players that they can pick up. And if a player enters the portal and is not picked up, they have to sit a year, like the old transfer rules. And I think that would possibly shake things up and change it and make guys honor their commitment. Because we're looking here at National Signing Day, we're looking here at recruiting rankings, but while Texas A&M is the number one class and Miami's 28 and all this other stuff, I mean, the rankings, there's a lot of factors that go into these rankings. Like, so Miami is 28. They just hired their coach, 3 weeks ago, and they have 9 players in the top 300 players in the nation, which is better than any other team outside of the top 10, which is amazing. They don't have any of the top guys. Cristobal didn't get there fast enough to get any of those, but they got some guys in transfer. So, I mean, it's fine with that. But when we look at these other players, like that are on teams and that are factored into these recruiting rankings, they might never play for these teams. They might never, ever play for them, yet the recruiting rankings are what they are. So it's kind of, you have to really dig into these things. Like Caleb Williams factored into that Oklahoma recruiting class, 2 years ago, but he's not there anymore. So what happens to that? It's like, do they go back and retract it? I mean, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, and the question is, are there middlemen trying to broker some deals from players looking to transfer into other programs? There's
always been street agents. There's always been street agents. I don't think anyone is going to deny that or argue it, that there's always been the street agent. And certain high schools filter to certain schools, and it's always been like that. And when we saw Clint Hurt take over the recruiting coordinator job at Louisville, is when we saw guys from Miami pipelining to Louisville. Lamar Jackson, not like guys we never heard of. Lamar Jackson going to Louisville. It's like these are Teddy Bridgewater. Committed to Miami, decommits, goes to Louisville. It's like, it's not a coincidence. It didn't just happen out of thin air. It's like, and the fact that people never question it is just beyond me. But now you're allowed to basically pay the players and offer them, and with Texas A&M with $30 million at their disposal.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a surprise that they had the number one recruiting class.
No, not at all. Not at all. All right, Mitch, it looks like we're up against it here. We got some plays starting top of the hour, but have yourself a great night. We'll talk with you again next week, but we'll tune in the mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern time every day.
7 free picks.
Yes.
In just 5 minutes. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Aloha. Ahui ho.
All right, Mitch here on the drive through. We'll continue our coverage here with Chris. We've made our Lyco, so we'll go right into my pick here, guys. We'll get the plays from Chris in just a little bit. We're going 9 Eastern time. Matter of fact, let's just go to the plays now because my game starts at 9 Eastern. All right, Chris, we made our Lyco. You ready?
Yeah, I'm always ready, Tony.
All right, you ready? Give it to him.
All right, so we got these both tip off at 7 o'clock Eastern, so luckily we'll get them in. First play tonight's going to be High Point plus the points against Gardner Webb. High Point just playing some fantastic basketball at home, 7-1 against the number at home this season. Gardner Webb has the power win over Georgia from earlier this season, but they have been up and down on the road this season. High Point's got wins over at top teams in the Big South like Winthrop and then North Carolina A&T, and they've been playing well at home. So High Point plus the points is the first play, and the second play, well, we're going to go with Hartford plus the points against New Hampshire. I get why New Hampshire's favorite at home, but they've been inconsistent, alternating wins and losses in each of their last 9 games. Hartford, winners of 4 of 6. They've been just playing the better basketball as of late. They already own the win over New Hampshire in their own building. I think they sweep them on the road, but we'll take the points to be safe. Those are going to be the 2 plays: High Point plus the points, and Hartford plus the points.
All right, that's from Chris. We thank everyone here for your contributions here on with the likes. Keep the thumbs up. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. Now it's time for my play. We're going to go over to the Big Ten. A game here at 9 each time is Illinois will host Wisconsin. Illinois laying 6.5, total 136.5, and I'm going to go ahead and take the points there with Wisconsin here at plus the 6.5 here against Illinois. I know the Badgers a pretty good record in the Big Ten, 8-2. They have wins at Purdue, Maryland, Northwestern, and Nebraska. They did lose at Ohio State. I like the fact they don't turn the ball over. They secure the basketball. The issues there were shooting the basket 33% from 3, about 48% from inside, and defensively giving up 34% from beyond the arc. But with Illinois, actually one thing with Wisconsin, what I like about them is they're very strong on the defensive glass, getting those possessions. At home with Illinois, they shoot 34% in conference from 3. A good shooting team inside, and let's just put it to you this way: they have issues covering the spread. They fail to cover 5 of 6. And Chris, I'm going to go ahead. I know the numbers, may not look attractive here for this game, but what I'm looking at here is the strength for Wisconsin on the boards, and I'm going to take them here plus 6.5 against an Illinois team that's not covering.
Yeah, Ty, I can't disagree with you. I love Wisconsin plus the points here, mainly because Wisconsin, they're doing it all well right now, and when it's all going right, I think for the Badgers, when the offense isn't stepping up, the defense is locking teams down, and when the defense has had their blips, it's the offense stepping up, and sometimes it's a mixture of both. So this Illinois team, I think having Kofi Coburn back in the lineup will help, but still, I've got to go with you with Wisconsin plus the points here.
All right, Wisconsin plus 6.5 against Illinois. And this one will have a start time 9 Eastern time, and this one will air over on ESPN, I believe. Let me double check that. I did not. I think I had. Nope, I didn't have the number up there where we're going to see this game. But it will be televised by Big Ten Network is where it's going to be at. Big Ten Network, you can catch that. All right, guys, I have a 3-pack over at Pick Dogs from all college hoops tonight. Another winning day. I've been doing pretty well here for the year 2022. So get on board with my 3-pack tonight or the long-term pass, 3, 7, and 30 sports pass. Get on board. You can also pair me up with another capper with our 2-for-1 cap promotion. You can pair me up with Chris, pair me up with Sean Murphy, with Mitch, Rod Zawacki, Ron Romanelli, James Clark, Al Ninos. 2-for-1 cap promotion, your best value over at Pick Dogs. We got your plays for those likes. We appreciate that very much, guys. Let's go right now to the recap. All right, it'll be Chris and I for tonight. We got to start with Al Nino said Lakers laying 4 against Trailblazers. James was on the 76ers laying 10.5 against the Wizards. Big Al McMordie, Mavericks minus 12 against the Thunder. Sean was on Indiana State plus 4.5 against Drake. Ron was on Clemson laying 2.5 against Florida State. Chris, Magic plus 3.5 against the Pacers. Mitch, Lamar plus 6 against Rio Grande Valley. And yours truly on Wisconsin plus 6.5 against Illinois. All right, Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Tony, you've been doing this a lot lately. You've been saving the best for last, but I got to go with you again with the Wisconsin Badgers plus a 6.5. Like I said, I think Wisconsin has a very good chance to win it outright, and if they don't, I think it's a 3-point game either way.
All right, there we go. And I'm going to go with Sean Murphy's pick, Indiana State plus 4.5 against Drake. I don't like Drake's defensive form right now. I'll take the Indiana State Sycamores plus the 4.5. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have 8 cappers booked on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. And don't forget, it all gets started 10 a.m. Eastern Time every single day. Tomorrow, during the week, it's Mitch with those 7 picks in 5 minutes, and that follows up with his live sports betting show. A lot of advice for you on the game's action. Of course, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. It's Joe Madden who takes that host chair, be flanked by Brian Bidler and Rod Zawacki. We got a soccer show going on. We got the fucking crazy show, NHL show. And of course, we got Mitch and Joe together with the sports betting topic show that precedes us here on the drive-thru, 6 Eastern Time. Tune in tomorrow. All right, let's bring in the crew from tonight. Wait, good night, everyone. Have yourself a great